Hey guys, Joe here. I'm sitting in my bed in my room and I have a problem. Well, it's not a problem, it's more of an enthusiasm for modifying, building, changing my setup, doing all that stuff. And the problem right now is this is done. This is as done as I'm making it for now. Ha, did you hear that for now part? But anyways, I keep staring at this thing because all this is kind of busy. I still got to put a couple of double 90s in there to straighten that up. Ignore that. But down here, it's like that's a lot of room. I mean, it takes Iron Man to fill up that hole. And it looks weird without anything in there. But I don't want to vertically mount the GPU because, believe it or not, depending on what cable you're using, and I've been using the same Thermaltake extension for a long time, it can actually affect performance. It actually affects the performance on my Firestrike score to the tune of over 1,000 points just for using the PCIe extension. Additionally, I don't know, that's a good board. It's a good set. It's a good shet, yes. It's a good shet. It's a very good shet. But it's leading me to other issues. And number one is I finally got the air bled out of it. Now I want to drain the damn thing because I want to go to an air-cooled card. But that means I have to sell that one because that card is not very air cooling friendly. The Zotac Amp Edition doesn't cool very well on air. Plus, if I'm going to get rid of a 1080 Ti, I'd want to move to a 2080 Ti, but I haven't found any that are a good enough deal. A couple of 2070 or 2080 Supers have popped up in the 550, 600 range, but that still seems too much. So what I need to do is figure that out. But additionally, hold on, pause cut, not a jump cut. Every damn build I have has been changed except for the one with nothing in it. And this is my dual X79 workstation, and as you can see, it's not, that's a little longer than necessary, but I did that because I didn't feel like cutting more tubing. But you'll see I put that into my Cooler Master case because this is the only case I have that will fit that motherboard potentially, you'll see a video on it, while I try to use my P5 for this Assassin board. Because one thing I didn't realize is this is a full ATX and literally does not fit in any other case. It has a longer than standard rear I/O. It also has 8 the extension of 8 PCIe slots. You can see the bottom one is actually extended down below that 7 bracer, which means the only case I could get right now that would fit would have to be another large tower like the one in there, or it would have to be something like the Deepcool Mach-Cube 550, which I kind of like, but I'm not going to spend $110 to build a computer that's this old. That was the wound vac, I swear to God. So that leads me to the problems that I have. Also, and since that video came out, that's just coolant, that's not stuff, I've picked up other stuff, other cards, other things, and yeah, lots of other problems. I love having problems. So this is the i7-870 that was in this case. Like I said, things are just bouncing around here, kids. And what you almost heard me smash into the ground is a AMD FX 8320 system that I got for damn near nothing because it had RAM and it had the cooler and it had everything on it and that. Look. So what I need to do is figure out which cases are getting which computers. This is going into the Dell case. This one's going obviously into the Lian Li case. I have a old Phenom X6, which I think I did a video on. If not, I'll have to do a quick review on it, which is going into some other case. Oh yeah, the case that FX came out of. And then I changed the water cooling setup on this one because the standard pump res was too big for this case. And yes, those are zip ties because zip ties are zip ties and zip ties are good. So yeah, this one is just about done being reassembled for the second time. It was completely up and running. I just needed to put programs on it, and then I did this. So yeah, buddy. And then I will get around to figuring out what to do. But I've actually reached a point, you can see how messy this thing is, where I keep stopping my progress. What I mean is, I will get it going and then I'll do the tubing, but then the Enermax pump was too tall, and then all of a sudden the Enermax pump is running at half speed, but that's usually because when you hook SATA up to a power supply and it's not hooked up to a board, blah 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 blah, it's not going to give you full power. But I wanted full power to make sure that this loop would work, so then I whipped out this old pump which I've had forever, which works fine. So problem solved. And then I went to mount this motherboard in there, but again, dual socket motherboard, so it's a little bit wider than normal, and then I had to put rubber backing there to keep the board from shorting up against the case. It's not a power supply, so I didn't have to worry about that shorting on the case. Hint hint, somebody who made a bad video one time back in the day. And then just making sure graphics cards could fit, because there isn't many cards that are going to be much longer than a Founders Edition graphics card, and if it is, oh well. So yeah, I keep on stopping because every time I make like 3 steps of progress, I'm taking 4.5 back, and it's driving me nuts. Let me know what you guys do to combat that. Oh yeah, I also forgot to put the I/O shield in. I'm not taking it out just to put the I/O shield in it. Doesn't need an I/O shield. You're never going to see that side of the computer. Deal with it. Anywho, rant over. That took me longer than I expected, and I'm going to go ahead and fill this back up, and you can see it's not even level. So I have that problem, which means I'm going to have to undo the zip ties, which I so magically did just to make that thing level because it's pissing me off. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.